Now you don't have to go far in Thailand to find some truly weird and wacky sights. Now just take a look at this. We're here at Wat Hua Krabu on the outskirts of Bangkok. Look around me and you'll see thousands of buffalo skulls. So let's dig a little deeper and find out what it's all about. The temple's abbot, Prat Kru Wibun Patanakit, is an avid collector. His hobby at the moment? A hoard of buffalo skulls, 8,000 or so to be exact. With horns still attached, you'll find them piled up wherever there's space. Why collect buffalo skulls, I hear you ask? Well, we'll get to that shortly. The abbot's penchant for collecting the rare, valuable and unusual landed him in hot water a few years ago when he turned the grounds of his Wat Hua Krabu into an automotive museum specializing in vintage Mercedes-Benz limousines. He was pilloried by the press, who claimed that monks, especially abbots, had no right to accumulate wealth on such a grand scale. Investigations were held and eventually he was exonerated, but today remains quite annoyed by the whole affair.
สมัยก่อนเนี่ยรถจะจอดทิ้งตามข้างถนนหนทางเนี่ยมากเยอะแยะแล้วก็ปล่อยทิ้งเสียหาย
All I was trying to do was establish a place where these beautiful old machines could be resurrected and preserved for posterity, instead of just being sold off as a scrap metal. People would bring me their old cars, and some mechanics, who were devotees of the temple, would teach novices the fine art of restoring antique motor cars.
ก็จึงคิดว่าเราเก็บมาแล้วก็จะมาทำอนุสรณ์คือทำพิพิธภัณฑ์ไว้ให้อนุชนรุ่นหลังได้ศึกษาได้ดูว่าคนสมัยโบราณเนี่ยเขาทำอะไรเนี่ยมีคุณภาพ
Well, eventually all the fuss died down and his superiors were convinced that his motives were pure. So now the temple has a veritable armada of vintage vehicles numbering about 100 that Prat Kru Wibun Patanakit has collected over the past 20 years. They can be admired by visitors to the temple, as well as being an ongoing commitment to the education of generations of novices for years to come. For example, this beautiful yellow number here, which is an absolute vintage of about 40 years old. Now this beautiful car here has in fact been driven by His Majesty the King of Thailand in the past for very special occasions, so it's an absolute beauty, just like all these other ones you see around me. Now he can concentrate on his next pressing project, a grand monument to the Asian water buffalo, which has been having a bit of a hard time of late. About 400,000 buffaloes are slaughtered for meat each year. Most are females, many of them pregnant. The males are kept for their strength and then castrated to increase their size and value as draft animals. This then reduces the breeding stock even further. The buffalo population has declined from an estimated 6 million head in 1987 to about 1 million today, and some experts have predicted the buffalo could be extinct in Thailand within 10 years. They may soon only be seen at the annual buffalo races at Chonburi, where they put on a riotous performance and are actually capable of quite a turn of speed. In fact, show business runs in some buffalo's blood. In 2001, a buffalo who had the longest horns of any of his kind in Thailand played a very significant role in the movie Bang Rachan, a rousing tale about the invasion of Thailand by Burma in 1767. The music in the film was composed and played by the famous Thai pop group Carabao, but sadly a few months after the film was finished, well, the buffalo died. He was given a hero send-off, and his funeral even made the newspapers and television news bulletins. Carabao were presented with his horns as a unique memento. Prat Kru Wibun Patanakit is determined that the buffalo's contribution to agriculture and show business over the years will not go unrewarded, even if that reward is posthumous. He's planned a two-storied structure topped with a magnificent spire at the temple, which will be a shrine to all buffaloes. There, all sorts of buffalo memorabilia will be displayed to the admiring masses. So, to reach the actual building, one will travel through a tunnel constructed of buffalo skulls. It's been estimated that it will take 10,000 skulls to create this amazing masterpiece, so he still has a couple of thousand to go. Contributions have been coming at a steady rate from the nearby village of Buffalo Head, which was once a huge population of them, but now many are dying of old age, unfortunately. Prak Kru Wibun Patanakit prefers skulls from animals that have died a natural death as opposed to those that have met a sticky end at the abattoir. Wat Hua Krabu has become a sanctuary for rescued buffaloes with a small herd in residence. Eventually their skulls will adorn the tunnel leading to this amazing looking shrine. But until then, this bizarre site continues to intrigue children from a nearby school every time they visit this temple. So folks, if you have the odd buffalo skull lying around the house and are indeed in a bit of a quandary as what to do with it, well, Prak Kru Wibun Patanakit will happily take it off your hands, and you'll know it's a good home to go to. Just give them a call on 02 415 0532 or 084 004 9989, or to get to Wat Hua Krabu, proceed along the Rama 2 road until you reach Bang Kan Tien Chai Thale Road on Soi Tien Thale 19. And to prove that the abbot really was on the right track all along, we've learnt that many of the monks that indeed worked here under his tutelage have now left the monastery and set up their own garages, being very successful indeed. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the little tour we have around one of Bangkok's more interesting sites, and on that note, on this note, it's time to say goodbye.